sitting in the wife's car today, I had an interesting realization. And I'm going to tell you a story, and then we will apply that to the current situation for the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society of Pennsylvania, Incorporated. As I drink my highly caffeinated, we're not giving free advertising, my highly caffeinated beverage. So, several years ago, someone tried to recruit me into a pyramid scheme. I'll give you a second to guess whether or not they were a witness. They were a witness. So, the mechanics of the pyramid scheme don't matter, but they did something very interesting that made it difficult to see whether or not it was a pyramid scheme. So, every person was supposed to set up their own website for this company. They were given a template of different talking points that they were supposed to reword and post on their own website or social media page or whatever. This was, trying to remember how long ago this was. It doesn't really matter. What it did was fascinating because it flooded the search results with the talking points that the pyramid scheme wanted. So they had common questions like, is this a scam? No, this isn't a scam. It's a legitimate business. You would do a search for company name. Company name, is it scam? Company name, bad reviews, whatever. And they had talking points designed, their SEO, search engine optimized stuff, to flood Google with false results. Now, if you are a little bit internet savvy and have a little bit of critical thinking, you would look at this and see the problem. That's weird. Why do they all have boilerplate, copy-pasted talking points that are almost identical? Why are there so many websites where they're like, this is my own business, and then there's 3 pages to the website and it doesn't do anything? It's just boilerplate. It's just generic copy. And the critical thinking part would be to be like, that's weird. Businesses don't do that. They don't have every salesperson make their own website. You leave that to the professionals. That's weird. There's a lot of red flags to turn you off to that, but the internet thing was interesting because it would net the people who were savvy enough to do a search, but not savvy enough to smell something fishy. Now, the Watchtower Society, let's talk about them. They are usually about 10 steps behind. And they like to shoot themselves in the foot. So, JW Broadcasting, we have our own TV channel. Wow, I love when that first came out. They're like, we have our own TV channel. I'm like, this is a streaming platform. Like, a TV channel is a thing. It's a specific thing. It involves broadcast or being listed on a cable network or whatever. Like, this is a streaming platform. This is not technically a TV channel. They're not the first to do that. There were streaming platforms and Christian streaming platforms well before JW Broadcasting, and if they're framing it as a TV channel, there's been televangelism for decades. They are well behind evangelical, mainstream, whatever Christianity. It's not impressive what they did. So they're getting into the streaming business well after everyone has shown that there is a market for the streaming business, and well after showing that there is a market for televangelism. When televangelism is actually on a decline. Oh boy, we got in on the tail end. This is where they're 10 steps behind. They're creating this website. YouTube exists. A bunch of other, not successful, but there was a bunch of competition. It wasn't a foregone conclusion that YouTube would win the content creator streaming wars. They are doing something that is already a decade, this is old hat technology. The smart companies want to have the platform where people like me create content for free, because that's how you get a lot of content. It's hard to pay for stuff. It's hard to pick a winner. You know what's easy? Throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. The real businesses that are making all of the money are the crowd-sourced websites like Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. They're the big ones because that's where you can create the most content. That's not what JW broadcasting is. That is the old style thought of a monolithic hierarchy, the single monolith that creates the content. They're already behind in the game. The smart thing to do would be to have all of their members create websites or social media accounts and blast out their talking point. JW.org, when you do searches for certain if you do searches on Google for certain topics that relate to the witnesses, JW.org comes up in the top of those results for a lot of things. They are trying to win the search engine optimization game, but you can't do that as a single monolith against thousands and thousands of people. It doesn't work. They're going to pick up the results for other things. They're behind. They are trying to adopt a business model that is already old and well established, as if that's a new thing, because they're very slow. They're very slow to move and adapt with the times. They were getting out of the book printing industry well after it was shown that there was not a market for, at the time. I mean, printed books are coming back, but, they're still peddling books door to door and magazine subscriptions when these things have been in decline for a very long time. And now they're getting into, we're going to build a streaming platform. Neat. Netflix has been around for a while. What took you guys so long to get here? Also building a website, again, behind the times, because the Mormons and the Scientologists already were working on, a modern web presence. I get ads for the official Church of Latter-day Saints YouTube channel. Find that wild. Guess what? The witnesses are on no social media platforms. They have not adopted any sort of social media presence game. They are, again, well behind the times. If they think that whiteboard animations and the little anime original song, I just won't have any doubts, I'm cute and I'm in Japan. If they think that and Caleb and Sophia is enough to keep the youth engaged, then they are sadly mistaken. It's very interesting. I want to see if I don't see them dipping their toe into the social media pool. I think that's too dangerous for them. I think there are reasons why they have behaved the way that they have, which I'll have to go into in another video. But I think that it's the narcissism of the leadership. They think they know what's best, and they have no trust that anyone else can do it correctly. When you think that you're the spokesman for God, that would make sense. But when you lack the self-awareness to see that you're just an old dude that's out of touch, that mindset doesn't really work, does it? So, long story short, I think they're screwed. I think that they're screwed. They have been trying to win the internet battle on the playing field of 10 years ago, and it's not going to work. Because, sure, let's win the battle on Google for 607 Jerusalem. But guess what? If you search on YouTube, you're not going to find a single Jehovah's Witness official video. Unless it's from an apologist who is not supposed to be here. But they are vastly, vastly outnumbered by dissent. Same for Instagram, TikTok, any of these other things. There are some JW meme accounts on Instagram and TikTok and whatever where they're, being their cute self with their, before COVID. Look at my latte I got at Starbucks. Service, best life ever. Vastly outnumbered. And I had more to say, but the train of thought just derailed. So, we'll talk about more things next time, because get into my normal sweet spot, and my brain the thoughts are just gone. I'm tired. That's all I've got. Once again, I appreciate you being here. I'll go back through the recent comments and answer some questions that I didn't get to before, or go into more detail. So, again, if you had any more questions for my 1,000 subscriber threshold video, once again, ask me a question in the comments, and we'll see if I have anything useful to say about that. Thanks for watching. Doing pretty good today. It's nice. It's beautiful out. I have a lot of trash in the back of this car and it stinks. So I'm going to go put that in a dumpster. Just as we should do with all of the negative thoughts that the Watchtower Society tried to put in our head. Right in the dumpster. Happy, positive, hopeful outlook. Just love your fellow man. Like Jesus said. Well, I can agree with that with you, Jesus. We're on the same page there. I'm going to go, this stinks, but your presence does not. It is a beautiful and pleasing odor to me. Oh, that's a little triggering. Burn meat for me. I need to smell burned meat. But I do like barbecue. So there's something that me and Yahweh have in common. We like barbecue. All right, well, that's it. I'm done. I'll stop rambling. I will see you next time. Have a great day.